So 5 questions, 5 minutes, 60 seconds or less for each one.
Yes.
Question
Exciting.
number one. Question number one. Do you take holidays? Where do you go and why?
Yes, we do take holidays regularly. Generally go to a food and wine region internationally or a tropical island. I'm what they call an island maniac. I love islands. Richard Branson's pretty much lived my dream life. He's obviously struggling a little bit at the moment, but he's pretty much lived my dream life in the sense that I just love islands. So anywhere tropical island, we've been to Bora Bora in Tahiti more recently, and Fiji obviously a couple of times, and a whole bunch of places like that. So yes, islands because I love them, and kind of Italy and France and anything food and wine because that's obvious.
Question number two. If you weren't doing this, what do you think you would be doing and why?
If I wasn't doing wine, I think I'd always be creating businesses. So that's just who I am. It would be something probably in maybe the health space. Super interested in that kind of biohacking. I'm one of those crazy people that does all those things, heats my body to a ridiculously high temperature, then jumps in the freezing cold. And I love that stuff. So probably something in that space, maybe in the product space would be cool. I'd probably own my own wine brand too. And so probably that.
Question number three. What's the best piece of career advice you've ever been given?
Best piece of career advice I've ever been given. It's probably a bit motivational, but it's face the fear and do it anyway. Because I think fear stops so many of us doing the things that we should do, and all the best, not all of the best, all of them, but a lot of the best things that have ever happened to me in terms of career or personal life, to be honest, have come from like facing a fear and just doing it anyway. And, the first time I spoke publicly, I was so nervous. I was like sweating, and it was just awful, lump in my throat. The first time, we did TV interviews or, just a whole bunch of stuff like facing fears and doing it anyway. So probably that you're going to be okay. And you can probably hear my baby crying in the background. Can you?
We can.
Oh, sorry.
Beautiful.
That would probably be it. Like just face the fear and do it anyway. And I know that's a bit kind of cliched and motivational, but in all honesty, it's worked for me, and it's probably led to some of the great things.
Yeah. And I love that. Like there's so many business owners out there who want to get their brands out there and let people know about it, but then they're terrified to go and do a TV interview or go and speak to a group, no matter what size it is. And the only way you get through it is to keep doing it and practicing and doing more of it.
Exactly.
Question number 4, what's one thing about you that would surprise all of us to know?
Probably that I'm naturally an introvert as opposed to an extrovert, because I do a lot of this and speaking and TV and, I'm leading a company. So I can do it and I can enjoy it. I can get off on it, but naturally I'm an introvert. So I need time and space, and I much prefer close relationships with fewer people than parties.
Question number 5. Can you tell us a business or an individual who's really impressed you of late that you want us to know a little bit more
about? There's a young entrepreneur called Ash Davies who started a company called Tableau Publishing. It's a company I invested a little bit of money in a while ago. He's just a really impressive entrepreneur. Like for his age, it's annoyingly impressive, because if myself at that age, I don't think I was as good, which is a little bit disappointing. But no, probably him. He's a great guy, great entrepreneur, and young as well, and he's doing really well. And the company's interesting. He's doing other stuff too, but it's an interesting person and company.
And you said Tableau Publishing.
Yes.
What sort of industry are they publishing in?
So it's online publishing, so you can publish a book through their platform and distribute it globally and have it printed out globally. So it's it's a pretty interesting business, and it's been operating now for a while. They're getting to a good place of they've pivoted the model a few times, added on some layers, and it's looking pretty interesting. I haven't chatted to him for a while, so I assume it's still going really well. But he's definitely impressive.
You've got some money in it, right?
Yeah, I hope it's going well.
We're going to pop that in the show notes because I reckon there's a few people listening to the podcast who are thinking about doing a book, so they might as well go and check it out.
Yeah, well, I just recommended it to a friend actually who wrote a book about a really challenging personal experience, and she just sent me a message the other day saying, "Thank you so much for recommending the platform," because she's just published, and it's going really well. So I was like, "Oh wow, I forgot I even recommended it." But yeah, so I think it's apparently it's amazing.